How'd you love to make $1,500 doing nothing? It's not an internet scheme. Actually, it's something that's happening on the internet, but it's not a scam. It's real. You get paid now to do nothing. Actually, what it is waiting in line for other people who don't like to wait in line and have money. There's businesses now that do this, and all you need is a website, and they're in business. Actually, there's one in New York called Sold, and it stands for the same old line, dude. And they make thousands and thousands of dollars. They charge like $25 for the first hour, then $10 an hour. And people wait, they hire people to wait for 3 days for the new iPhone or the sneakers coming out or tickets. Or actually, there's a donut shop in New York that's very famous now, and they hire people just to wait in line to buy donuts. Man. And TaskRabbit, that's another place that has that. And they have a special division just for line waiters. So that's what I mean about there's so many ways to make money now that you can't even think about these things, and that's why it's just getting in there and out there and wondering how this is all done, and so you could think of these new ideas because they won't come to you naturally. You have to have your antenna out there, and that's what's happening too with the internet, and it makes it easy. So people look for things. Hey, I need somebody waiting in line, and you Google that, and you'll find some company who take your credit card and hire somebody else to go wait in line, or you do it yourself. You go on Craigslist or start your own little website for people in line wait, standing at the Division of Motor Vehicles, because people have extra money. I mean, an extra $50 or $100, for somebody else to do something is not a whole lot of money to a lot of people in this country, and it could be to you, man. Another extra $100, for just waiting in line and reading a book, or a tablet is what it is. So that's what's happening. There's so many new things out there, ways to make money, and people don't realize you still go the old stuff, man. The world is passing by, and the old stuff will still be there. It's just getting smaller and shrinking and shrinking and shrinking, and it's no fun being someplace that's shrinking. What's fun is being someplace that's growing, because people are making more money than they know what to do with, and things are happening, and the growth, and people are nicer and happier and friendlier because it's growing. When things are shrinking, they're not happy. They're trying to fight for the crumbs, and it's Mad Max all over again. So watch for the new stuff. That's where the fun stuff is. Yes, hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, good. So, you're a day trader now?
Well, I'm trying to be, transitioning to be.
Uh-huh.
The aim.
And what do you do now? Besides, you say transition, you have another career now, or what?
Well, I was trying to make a smooth transition from IT to trading, but you know how it is when one of your jobs gets interrupted early.
Right. So you got to scramble now.
Yeah, that's what it is. I'm scrambling.
Yeah. Well, where do you live? Where do you live now?
I'm in Alabama right now.
Montgomery?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, for trading, I think you had 2 or 3 items. One was trading, one was fixing up a house, and the other one was living expenses, correct?
Yeah, one of those 3 or all of them will be a tremendous
Okay.
help.
Well, let's get into it so we don't waste time. Trading, money to trade, that's tough, at least from government programs. That's going to have to be private things. That's going to probably have to be some fat cat who's too lazy to learn how to day trade. and you could use his money to do it and learn for him. That's the only kind of option I would see. It's hard to any program that I've come across. I mean, I don't know everything either, but to say, hey, I want to learn this stuff and need money to lose to learn it. and that's tough. Now, maybe training may be possible. So that's a possibility. There's training money available. If you call 211 locally and ask for the local career one-stop. Okay? So career one-stop. Now that you're looking for work, you could get up to $10,000 to train for a new skill. So, and depending on where you live, I'm not sure what Alabama is, what they have there, but even for entrepreneuring and things like that, I mean, you can get money to live on while you're training, or even training money. You know, maybe you want to take a course in day trading and it costs $5,000 or something like that. You know, that there may be money there for that. And that's a state and federal program, and they're called Career One Stop in your local area. That's what I would think of. The other way is finding fat cats. You can actually. I mean, there are angel investors now. You know that if you go to angel, I think it's .org or .com. I mean, there's a database of people. You can find all the people in Alabama who want to invest in stuff. You know, they're looking for startups and other entrepreneurs or whatever to invest in. And you could go to their meetings and stuff like that and see how that process works is another thing that may be of help. Now, the far as money to live on, what I'll do, I'll send you a list of 25 programs in the state of Alabama that give you extra spending money. In other words, this is everything for maybe you get tight on your rent or mortgage and things like that, or utility bills, or you know, just extra cash that you forgot about the government has for you. All these, it's sort of what I put together as the top 25 government programs for every state. So I'll send you that, and then what that means that, you know, you got to do some work on your side. Go through that list, contact everyone, you know, and see what happens. But, you know, the other thing, back to the Career One Stop, I think that is worth investigating anyway. You want to make a career move, right?
Right.
So maybe now's the time. If you lost your IT job or something, this is the good time to maybe at least bounce off from these people at this office what other kind of options may be of interest. I mean, I don't know, but, you know, even a massage therapist, and go anything. I mean, you don't even know what to ask for because you don't know what's there. But you're in a good position now to realize that they have money to train you to do something, you know. And that would be more. They may even have a list of all the different kinds of schools that you could go to that they'll pay for, see? And that may be interesting, you know, just to see what that is, because you know somebody's going to pay for it, you know, and you know, something career. It sounds like, you know, day trading and all this kind of stuff. You want to be more, you know, like an investor or something. Really control your own shop by doing something. Is that right?
Right.
Yeah. So that would become now for housing, fixing up money. Do you own a home?
Yeah, I'm renting it out though.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, that's cool. Now there is, as a homeowner, then there are like 4 or 5 places to check because it's not only HUD, but it is the first place I go. You go to your state capital. I forget what the state capital is in Alabama. Is it? What's the state capital?
Montgomery.
Okay, Montgomery. Say if you go, well, actually go Google this. Put Housing Authority, Alabama, and you'll see the State Housing Authority. These are the people that have housing money from the state government to buy houses, fix up houses. You know. And actually, you start looking at those programs, and you already have a rental property. There may be something that will spark you to see an opportunity there in real estate. You know, maybe they have a bunch of houses trying to get rid of, so you know how to get them fixed up and rented and turned around and things like that. That may be something that may be more possible to get money for than the day trading. But I don't know. But that would be the place to start there. But don't stop there. You also want to, if you call 211. 211 is a clearinghouse of nonprofit organizations, government programs, and all this stuff in a database that researchers will find nonprofits that have fix-up money, you know, to fix up houses. So that's a good place to find that. But also contact your city government. Your city government, they have fix-up money to see where that is. If you don't know who to call or it's not obvious, just call the mayor's office. You know, just go to the top because they get all the crazy calls, you know, and they know where to push you. Instead of you trying to figure it out on Google, you'll get 30 million websites and still won't get the right one because you don't know which one of those 30 million is the right one. Yeah. So you got your city, your state, and your nonprofit organizations, and that's the fix-up money. Also, have you thought about using your home as a, subsidized housing where the government pays your rent?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm doing. I still got to make some repairs.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's cool. Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, that's. Yeah. I mean, I think there's a good shot at that. Fix up money for that. And they're the main problems. I mean, it's all digging. For stuff. So you got those 3 places to start for housing. I'm going to send you a list of 25 places to start for extra spending money to live on while you're doing that. And what I'm going to send you, you're a hustler, and I'm going to send you 46 websites that have extra ways to make extra income. Even like your IT, you could be selling that service at home, remotely, just when you want to do it, stuff like that. Or
Hello?
Yeah, you still there?
Yeah, I got disconnected. I'm back though.
Okay, sorry. Okay, I'm going to send you a listing of 46 websites that you could make money on with services, providing stuff for people or getting rid of extra stuff you don't need and all this stuff. It's an eye-opener. What's happening now online are platforms where you can make money on these platforms and it costs you nothing. Don't go online, at least in my mind. If anybody wants money up front for you to make money, walk away. These are websites that you sign up on. If you make money, you just give them a little piece. So that's how you want to work.
Right.
You don't want to give anybody money up front. That's crazy because that means they're making money off you, not you making money off something. They don't care what happens after they get the money. So I'll send you the 46 there, the top 25 there, and that will keep you off the streets for a few weeks. Okay.
All right, thanks, man.
Okay, sorry. Thank you so much. Take care now.
All right.
All right. Hi, Kimmy.
Hi, I'm here.
Great. Hold on, just let me make sure something's on. Great. So where are you at, Kimmy? What part of the world here?
I'm in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Wow, I'm from Wilkes-Barre originally, so I know where that is.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yep. A long time ago. Actually, when we had the flood back in the 70s, that's what really taught me about government programs, man. Wilkes-Barre got so much money from the government. It was incredible. So what are you trying to do?
Finish school and get my degree, and I need financial aid help.
Okay. Are you actively in school now or not?
Yes, I'm actively in school.
Okay. I see.
Yeah. Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, you're actively somewhere else too.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. And you are, what are you taking?
Psychology, human services.
Psychology and human services. How far are you?
I believe I have 1 year left.
Oh, I see. So are you full-time or part-time?
Basically, I go to school online, so it's considered full-time. I'm a student.
I see. Cool. What's the group or the school?
Argosy University.
What is it called?
Argosy.
Argosy.
Argosy University. Yeah.
Right, okay, right. So that's a for-profit school, right?
I saw your thing. Someone sent it to me through YouTube, and that's when I signed up. When I saw that, because I get email from your website that you were having sessions, and when I saw that, that's what made me sign up for office hours to see if I can get a session with you, because I was kind of like heartbroken when I heard that from your message saying that they were a for-profit school.
Yeah, I think they are. I'm not positive. But anyway, I mean, you're invested in it now, so the most of the thing is you got to get out, right? I mean, you got to finish.
Yes.
So
I'm trying to.
you got to finish. Are you also working now, or what, Kimmy?
No, I'm not working.
Okay. And Harrisburg. Okay, and it's HR stuff, right? So a couple things come to mind right away is to check, call, I mean, if you call the information operator right there, was it 717 is your area code, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And if you just call the governor's office, that's a place to go. You want to find something in the government, you call the it's like the government, in Washington, you call the White House, because they get asked these things all the time, and they know where to point you directly. Now, they have scholarships what people forget is that your state government, to me, is the most underutilized source of scholarships than anywhere. So make sure you have a list of those and what's available, just because, you live in Pennsylvania. It doesn't matter where you're going to school at times, but the fact is that you're a Pennsylvanian, and they all throw money of all kinds to people just because you live in Pennsylvania. So find them first, and that you can just call information operator. What is it anymore? 411? Is that?
So many states have so many things for information. I just transplanted here from New Jersey. I used to live in New Jersey up until October.
Oh, I see.
So.
Okay, well, no, you're living there, so you're a resident. You're going to vote there, and that's the important thing. They care where you're voting, so you're voting there, and so that's why if they do you a favor, then they know they get your vote, and that's what motivates a lot of these people. Now, the other thing I would do, I mean, you're almost there. You almost have a degree. Now, what I would do, too, is, unless you can't work, can you work outside the home nowadays, or not?
No, actually, I put in for disability.
Okay. So you have a disability, so that means you can work remotely, though, at home, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's good. There's two things. See, now I'm not positive, and this would be probably worth looking into. See, the government now, so if you're a senior and you're going to graduate soon, government wants to hire more people. I mean, people forget about applying for jobs in the government, and unfortunately, or unfortunately, this is probably the only place you're going to get working for the government is the only place, there's benefits for the rest of your life. A lot of private companies now aren't doing that as much anymore. So I would, actually, and it's the federal government. I don't know about the state, and the state's a little more complicated, but I know the federal government has almost like internships, in their last year of school, working part-time or whatever, and they hire you on a part-time basis or in the summer, things like that, and it's usually very good salaries, and it prepares you for a job also. Now, the fact that you cannot work in an office, that may be a problem, but I'm not positive, because I mean, so much now, even the federal government, is interested in more people not coming to work, and because it's less overhead, and people wrote.
Yeah, you see a lot of stuff online, but what's true and what's not true?
Yeah.
How do you know that you're in a good spot for something that you can actually
Well,
do
that's
not a scam?
Exactly, and then that's why I stay away, and I'll cover that in a sec. But until then, I would check with the state government and the federal government where you are, and the best way to do that is call your state representative. Where you are in Harrisburg, there's people who represent you at the state capitol, and tell them that you have a disability and you're looking for remote work and about to finish college, your degree. So you're wondering how to do that, because the government, I mean, that was the first place people with disabilities were able to get jobs at all. So they're very, they're usually a little more hip than a private a private business or whatever. So I think that's where, call up your elected official. If you don't know who it is, call 211. If you call 211 and then tell them you're looking to get, you have a disability, but you're looking for work and you're about to finish your degree, and until you finish, you're looking for like an internship or something like that, even if it's remotely. It doesn't hurt to ask, because there's actually what happened in the government, the federal government and state government, all the baby boomers are retiring. So they got lots of jobs to fill. And a lot of people don't do it. It's a pain in the butt, like everything else, a lot of paperwork, but start learning that paperwork. Now, the other thing, so you have your state office of scholarships, you have the federal government, you have state government for getting internships and that kind of job opportunities. Now, you're working on the web. I think that's a good possibility too, and a good place for income. I mean, I believe in a lot, so I'm very biased. But anything you do in that area, do not spend money to get the job. The scams are people who want money up front. If somebody doesn't want money up front, then it's worth a risk, because then they only take a small percentage of what you make. So if you're able to do research online for somebody, and they pay you $15 an hour or whatever, well then what's nice about using one of these, what they call platforms that arrange all this for you, they worry about collecting the money. See, they worry about everything. See, if you go to somebody that's going to want money from you, then you don't want anything to do with them. But the platforms that are out there now have, people are go to these platforms looking for help, and then if you're there, registered there, then you have a chance of getting it, or you could bid on jobs too. See, and that's a good thing. For people with disabilities, I think this is terrific, because they don't know. I mean, like, I hire people all over the world. I never see them or whatever. It's all online. You do research, you do writing or whatever. Most of the skills now are all virtual. But the scams are the people who promise you a big paying job if you give them money, and you don't want to do that. But what I'll do, Kimmy, is I'll send you a list. I collected about 46 of these so far, and there's many more.
Wow.
And I'll send you that list that you could use. Just sign up for as many as you can. Like, even now, see what's even possible, I think, if you're at home, you could watch dogs at home. And this is a cool thing. This is, pet business is a booming in business. You can make, like $30,000-$40,000 a year just at home, taking care of dogs while people are away. Because you're cheaper than a kennel. You're nicer than a kennel. And this is the way the economy's going. It's the same with Airbnb or Uber. All these businesses are like that. It's disrupting the economy. So you can do it cheaper, better, and nicer in your home for a lot less. See? And see, the platform takes care of finding the customers for you, takes care of the insurance, takes care of you getting paid, and all that stuff, and it costs you nothing. See?
Wow, that's good.
Yeah, so all you have to do is sign up on these. We're going to lose in about 10 seconds. Look in the messages here. I'm going to send you that link to download all those 46 websites and whatever, and I'll get you going on that. And send me a message on this if you didn't understand something or didn't find something, okay?
Oh, no, I did, and thank you so much.
You bet. Thank you, Kimmy.
Your session has ended.
But you ever heard the expression, there's lots of ways to skin a cat, or there's many ways to skin a cat, or however they say it. But it's also true of finances. I believe there's many ways to solve your financial problems too. It's just not traditional ways. Everybody thinks, well, I got to go to a bank, I got to borrow money at some high interest rate and all that kind of stuff. No, the landscape has changed. And what's out there now is alternative sources of money. These are non-traditional things. The people that, in the financial services industry, they make lots of money selling you money or lending you money or whatever it is, to help you with your financial problems. And that's all we know, because they make a lot of money out of getting you money so they can advertise, and that's all you know about. But you don't know about the other sources of income. And this is money that's given away for free. See, they don't charge, so there's no reason for them to advertise. So you have to find them. So that's why when you Google and look for this kind of money, it's hard to find. It's going to be on page 70,000 or whatever, because they're not going to advertise to get on page 1. See, these are programs that are available for all different kind of income categories too. It's not just for poor people. It's for everything. And they're from federal government programs, they're local government programs, they're county programs, they're nonprofit organizations. These are things that help people solve problems. This is where our budget goes. Every year the government gives out over $20,000 per family. $20,000. Wow. And that's not even called grants. That's other kinds of free money that they don't even call grants. That's why when you go looking for grants, you're never going to find this stuff. And that's what I'm trying to do, is educate the public about all these programs available. The rich know about them. That's why I used to work for the rich. I had an office down on K Street in Washington. These millionaires would call me, and I'd show them thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars so they can make more millions. But there's programs there for everybody. But they take work. You have to know about them, and that's the key, and that's what I'm trying to do. That's why I have a website now that shows you in tutorial form. So I explain these programs. I have videos that take you step by step where to find them, because you can't go to Washington and find them. It's all spread out. Washington gives it to someone local, and then they give it to someone really local, and then they give it to some nonprofit organization. And I do the digging, the research to find who in your area has that. And these are money programs that you could really solve your problems with. Maybe you're having a problem paying your rent, or people that have problems paying their mortgage or their utility bills or their student loans, or they want to do something special in life, put an addition on a house or something like that. There are these programs to help. So your bank makes money off of you. These people don't make money. And then there's other things on the internet now too that I'm categorizing and showing you. So even if you have to pay dental bills, legal bills, there's special websites for that even now that don't even involve the government. And that's what's cool. Or money to pay huge medical expenses that people don't realize about, and help your other neighbors out there. So there's so many sources of income now, and money and help that's out there that people don't think about yet. Sure, some people may know about it. It's way digging down in the bottom of a Google search that most of us won't find. So I'm trying to do this, and show people so that you're not the last person in the world to know about this thing. So go search around, realize it, and just that there is help. But it takes work to get there. You can't make one phone call and get a check in the mail. But you can make a few. You can fill out a few applications and do something that you think is important in life to do, whether it's getting an education or fixing up your house or starting your own business at home. It's there. You just have to know where to go. And it's there for everybody. We live in a great country, and all this is there for all of us. Not only the fact that they figured it out, but now it's time for the rest of us to use it too. Hi, Eric.
Hey, Matthew. How are you?
Fine. So nice of you to do this.
Well, I'm glad you're using it so much. It's awesome to see folks getting excited about it. It seems like your sessions are always very well booked up, which is great to see.
Yeah, no, I think it's a great thing because I hate giving advice because oh God, I could do for hours, But it's so the thing, the 10-minute man, and I'm able to help people enough, I feel, and give them real good stuff, and I learn. See, I mean, to me, what's great about this, I mean, I could give an answer to anything. I just don't know the goddamn questions. This is why I wear the question mark suits,
yeah. Well, hey, it's a funny thing. Like I've had chats with people as far away as Nepal and in as high up places as the White House, which I would have never had without this service. But, like for me, it was really cool. Like I started this person who goes, yeah, and just full disclosure, I work in the office of the president in the White House. And I'm like,
oh, you do? I see. Oh, no.
And I'm sitting there going, like, I normally don't have conversations with people. That's kind of rare, So, like, we have a lot of work to do to get, like, the biggest challenge with this site right now. So just to give you a sense for the two big things that are happening, the first edition that we have is this Teams offering so that universities and businesses and tourism groups and so on can use it as an organization. So that we're just finishing up. We're hoping to have that live.
Now, what is that? How are you using that then? What would that mean?
Well, the big thing will be that if, let's say you're at, like one of our first clients, it looks like will be Tourism Vancouver. And what they'll be able to do is any travelers who want to hear about Vancouver one-on-one from Vancouver reps can go to vancouver.officehours.io and have conversations there. And we see a lot of applicability for universities where profs have to be on campus to give office hours, but sometimes they have remote students and so on.
Yeah.
So that's a big one. And then after that, the next really big one is to build in this feature called Streams. And so what that will be is a lot like your feed in LinkedIn, but customizable so that you don't end up with all the junk. And so people will be able to promote their podcast here, their YouTube videos, they can post for gigs, they can post jobs. So what we're trying to do is build a really full professional network within which people help one another and build these connections. So there's a lot of work to do, but this first part, like you've been using, that seemed to be the most important part to get functioning first. So
where are you located, Eric?
We're in Vancouver.
Oh, okay, you're in Vancouver. And do you have a revenue stream yet on this or not?
The Teams part will be where the revenue starts to come. So
I see, right.
What we see is that basically for every organization, there's a minimum charge of $25 a month to lock down their subdomain, and then they'll pay per user $5.
Per user, how many?
So per member.
I see.
So if you have a tiny organization with 5 people, you pay a maximum of $25 a month. If you're at Harvard and you have 1,200 faculty, it's as many faculty as are online. So, and for them, what that does is give them, it cuts any long distance phone call costs and things like that.
So would that be like a Skype thing almost for them, or what?
It could be. And again, I think the big advantage of it over Skype will be like what you're experiencing, that will be a 10-minute time limit.
Absolutely.
They can have a prospective student call, but not take an advisor's whole afternoon.
Right. Now, the other thing, go ahead, what?
Oh, you were saying that you felt that you'd like to start charging for sessions and stuff.
Yes.
I just wanted to hear more about, do you see that as kind of, that for people who want to talk past the 10 minutes, is that kind of?
Yes, or, see, to me what I would do, I don't know what I sell. I used to sell reference books and did very well at it, and nobody buys information that way more. So to me, it's like trying to figure out how to sell, in the new economy. And so to me would be, I would probably do it as have a certain amount of free things like I do now, and then for people who want more or longer or can't get, they could pay.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And how would you see that? Like, do you have a sense for, like, what you would want to charge for that? Like, it's going to be a while before we can tackle that. But something that we've thought about is like a pro account. So you could say that you could set your own rates even, or you could set session length. Or
I would think it'd be, you set your rate. Because
Yeah.
because if you, I'd be different, and I'd be screwing around with rates. I don't know what the charge. I'd be just seeing,
Yeah, what the threshold is. Yeah, for sure.
Right, and it would be. I mean, see, you're an academic, and that's different stuff, and I'm more commercial, and I love doing things for free, but I can't. It's not sustainable, so I got to figure this other stuff out.
Totally, yeah.
But now the other thing, see, to me, what you're saying too is nice. If I had this, it sounds like I could have this on my website. So if you remember my website, you can get me or somebody, 10 minutes worth like this, which is sort of, and that's what you're doing now for like universities, right?
Yeah, and it would still live on office hours, but they'd have this kind of
I see.
custom page here that was their branding and such.
I see. And then they would, to get in, to log in, I see, they don't need anything to log in. See, I'm trying to think that if I charge somebody for a membership on my website and included you, say, that's probably a little more difficult on your end, but that, just an options. I don't know what the hell's really viable anyway. So
that's what we're trying to figure out as well.
Yeah. So are you guys venture money? Is that how your startup money?
No, we're sweat equity. We
good for you.
Design studio.
Don't you know somebody who can do this longer? Eric? You there?
Sorry about that.
I don't know. Who knows?
Glitches.
Yeah, boy, I'm talking to the boss and it gets all screwed up. That's what
I think we're having a hosting issue that's causing some problems. I logged in earlier and I was getting completely unable to load problems.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. No, it's very. No, I think it's terrific. 10 minutes. Boy, I mean, and people are prepared. It's and I'm able to solve them just as easily as in an hour. That's how I feel. Tell you the truth. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny how that time limitation does seem to accelerate things, and also like I ran into what you're talking about. I would help design students, and we'd sit down for an hour or two, and my whole day was shot.
Exactly.
I couldn't do that. So.
And see, I want to learn what questions are. And here's what I do: I videotape this, and I'm going to ask you at the end if I could use this. And if you don't want it, don't worry. But see, and then I use the answers I'm giving to people, I put on YouTube and show. I mean, people just hear the other person and not see, and they don't even know the name or anything. They just hear a voice asking a question, But I'm giving the answer, so I'm able to leverage,
Yeah, to multiply that content.
Right, exactly.
I think the only thing I'd be cautious of there is just to make sure that folks are comfortable with that, because I know folks often ask if we...
No, I ask each one afterwards. I send them a note, and I think I've had one that said no, and everybody's very enthusiastic about sharing.
That's it. Yeah, we've seen that a lot. Where it's one of the thoughts we've had for the service as well, is to add the option where people can basically open source the discussions. If you find that you're repeating the same answer over and over again, the same question.
I see.
Could you share that in one spot, and then folks can see that content without having to have a session necessarily?
That's interesting. Yeah. Well, I have all mine on YouTube. I don't have them categorized yet. I guess I can. There's not a whole lot, but that's interesting. No, I mean, I learn what I know. That's what I love about this stuff. I used to travel doing talk shows around the and to hear what people want. I mean, like you could do a website on anything. You just don't know what the hell to put it on or what it is. And me too.
Yeah. It's an interesting exchange of ideas and so on. And I find that with writing. Anything I write, I get a stronger knowledge of
Yes.
just by having to think things through like that.
Exactly, right. You can't just sit at the end of the bar and complain about something. Yeah, you got to think it through.
Yeah, once you do that, it becomes solid. So
Yeah.
we're going to cut off very
Yeah.
shortly, but if you have, I know you're using the site a lot, so if you run into any problems, let me know. Or if
Okay.
you want to talk more, please let me know, because from folks who use it the most, I really want to get that feedback.
Great. Well, thank you, Eric. Thanks for checking in, and I'll be here if you need something. Okay.
Thanks, Matthew.
Okay.
Your session has ended. Please take a moment to rate this session.
Alyssa Ravasio, and it's hipcamp.com. Man, I mean, I hated camping. That's why I joined the Navy, because this is back in Vietnam. I said, I don't want to go over to Vietnam and camp. So I want a clean sheet. So I joined the Navy instead, and I had clean sheets all the time. But man, I missed out on life not camping. And now, man, I love it, man. I mean, there is, what's happening now, I think that we forget how much of nature is in us. And doing all this other bullshit we do in life, we forget about it. And we're just part of nature. And that's the best part we got. And we're hiding it, isn't it? And you're getting us to share that now and be part of it and making it easy. And you got an app for that, right? And what's neat though, I don't have to go like, what, you see these campsites, Yogi Bear campsites or some shit like that. Yeah, these big commercial campsites are theme parks, and they're just stupid. And now you'll be able to find out the real little neat jewels of camping because it's somebody with a bunch of land who never does anything with it and wants to have people to share it with, right?
Absolutely.
Anywhere.
Anywhere you want. It's all about finding your own place in nature and getting outside.
But you have an organized database that I could find out where the best place to surf is and look out over the ocean, right?
Yeah, definitely. We actually have filters, so you can say I want a campsite with surfing, where I can bring my dog, and I want hot showers.
But also, I mean, the flip side, I mean, if I have some land somewhere, this is a great way to make some fast cash myself, right?
Absolutely, yeah. A lot of our landowners have made over $30,000 just since we got started last year.
Wow.
All they're doing is sharing their land with people who appreciate the nature that they have on their property.
So if I have all this land that, I can't even see it all, or I do see it all, that people want to come out and camp. I mean, I see Airbnb where you live, like people are putting tents in their backyard to rent to people on Airbnb because housing. Now I got an acre out in the suburbs. Man, people could appreciate that too because it's out in nature.
Definitely. Our landowners range from a rancher to a farmer, to nature preserve, tribal land, someone who just happens to own 10, 20 acres, maybe planning to build a house in the future.
Wow.
Don't have the funding yet.
Yeah.
We work with a big range of people.
Well, that's interesting too. So I have this land. I'm going to put my retirement home there, and I go by and drive by, once a summer or something. But now I'd have an excuse to get there more often and make money off of it. Yeah.
Definitely, and we can help you make that mortgage payment. We actually had a landowner last week who handed me a letter she got from a land development group saying, we want to develop on your land. You can be making millions of dollars. And she said, sometimes these letters are really hard to throw away, but because of your company, this is junk mail to me. She can count on the revenue from Hip Camp.
Why, I see.
Those payments she's got to make every month.
Wow, no
It
kidding.
really makes land ownership something that's more accessible for people.
So these landowners are making an extra $30K a year just because they have land. But it seems like your website, I mean, if I have land and, oh man, I got to worry about the people, I got to worry about insurance, I got to worry about collecting money. You take care of all that, don't you?
We take care of the insurance, we take care of collecting the money, we take care of the calendar, the scheduling, the directions.
Everything. Plus, you get the customers.
Do all the marketing.
Yeah. I mean, that's an easy. I mean, anybody can say they're in business, but they don't have a customer. Who the hell cares, You're not really in business till you have customers. So that's the greatest thing, a platform like you, is people are coming there looking for campsites. If I put my own website, hey, I got this campground, in Southern Maryland, how the hell am I going to tell people about it? They're all coming to your website already, right? Looking for campgrounds. And for nothing, I go on there, and if I make some money, I give you some, right?
Exactly, yeah. Marketing a single destination, we've heard again and again, can be really expensive and almost impossible. And since we have such a large community, over 500,000 campers already looking for somewhere to go,
wow,
it's going to help put you in front of them.
Absolutely, 500,000, man! If I paid Google to get 500,000 clicks, it cost me gazillions of dollars. Wow, that's amazing. And how many sites are on your website platform now?
So we are about to hit 1,000.
How many?
1,000.
1,000 campsites?
1,000 private campsites, and then get this, 280,000 public campsites.
Wow! So you're actually close to 300,000 campsites already. When are you going to start running into cities?
There is so much land in the United States. I don't even think we're not even close.
Yeah.
Incredible, and there's amazing things happening right now with everybody, urbanization, right? We're all moving closer.
Right.
Together. So there's actually a lot of rural areas where there's less people than there were 5 or 10 years ago. And so the idea is to make that land accessible to all these poor city people who, as John Muir put it, are tired, nerve shaken. Freaking out. They need nature. There's a lot of science showing it's really good for our biology. It's our natural habitats where we've been for 99.9% of our evolution. We need to get out there. We need to the sound. It's essential to our spirit and our mind and our body.
No, I think you're right. I mean, it's so much. I mean, what I found, life was trying to get rid of all the stuff I thought was logical in my head and start relying on the stuff that's coming from my heart that has no logic to it.
Getting outside can definitely help you get in touch with, your priorities and your values, what you really want to see in your life, and help kind of tune out some of the overtones.
Right. Everybody telling you what to do. What surprised me too, all these people telling you what to do in life, they don't even know what the hell to do themselves. How the hell they could tell us? We're all scared as hell and don't know what we're doing. So that's why you might as well listen to your own heart. That's probably the most thing. And to get in touch with that is really getting out to one of your campsites, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. We hear that all the time. Getting outside can also be a really great place to foster creativity.
Yes.
Maybe get back in touch with some writing you've always been doing.
Absolutely.
Start composing a song, and something that's really special about a lot of our private land sites is going to be by yourself.
Wow.
You go find, a private waterfall. Can't play by seriously.
Wow.
That's going to be you for the whole time you're there. And so that ability to have that really kind of private, special connection with nature can unlock a lot of creativity in the community.
So it could be a Burning Man for one man. Huh?
Totally. Highly encouraged.
Wonderful. So if you want your own Burning Man just for yourself, you go to hipcamp.com. And there you find a Lisa there who's organized this whole stuff all over the United States, anywhere you want, and make some money if you got some land.
Absolutely. And our community is really focused on nature. So if you're a landowner and you appreciate nature and you want to, share that with other people who have those same values, HipCamp's the right place to find it.
Wonderful. Thank you again, Leah. Hipcamp.com. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye.